Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's after 8 in the night and I just thought that I would come to you tonight to bring to you some breaking news coming out of East Africa. Rwanda and Congo is at war, my friends. Serious war is happening in Rwanda and DRC. Congo, my friends. Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, has said that he is ready to fight Congo. And there are two rebel groups fighting in Congo right now. That's the M23 rebel group backed by Rwanda. And I'll explain to you in this video what this fighting is about. But the M23 rebel group backed by Rwanda has just captured the city of Goma, which is right next to Rwanda in DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. And this is significant because Rwanda troops have crossed the border and they have captured the city of Goma in DR Congo, my friends. And the Western world is in panic right now. And I will just like you to listen to this clip and I will come back with my analysis on what I think about this war. But listen to this clip, it's just about 2 minutes long and I will come back with my analysis. Here goes.
Columns of M23's fighters enter the city of Goma, hours after the armed group said it had taken control. Some residents watched from a distance or hid. Others cheered. People here have decades of experience of how to survive living under the rule of various armed groups.
If you can see,
Some
let
of the
me try.
fighters carry sophisticated weapons. Democratic Republic of Congo's government says Rwandan soldiers are in the city. Rwanda's support for the armed group's rapid advance has been widely documented. Rwanda previously denied it. Recently, it's blamed Congo's government for escalating the conflict and says it has the right to defend itself. Gun battles continued for hours. His government soldiers worried for his life.
We are government soldiers. We are abandoned. The authorities have left us. We are here in the bush to fight the enemy. But when we arrived in Goma, we were abandoned. We do not know what to do. Do we lay down our arms?
These men say they're government soldiers who were trying to flee by boat from Goma's port across Lake Kivu to the city of Bukavu. They say they've been intercepted by Rwandan Marines who were taking them to surrender to M23. Congo's army has been fighting alongside UN-sanctioned armed groups. All sides have been accused of widespread atrocities, including sexual violence and killing civilians. The UN, US, UK and France have all called on Rwanda and M23 to stop.
La France condamne fermement.
France strongly condemns the offensive led by the M23 supported by the Rwandan armed forces, which resulted in the death of peacekeepers and caused the displacement of tens of thousands of civilians. The fighting must stop and dialogue must resume.
Thousands of people have fled Goma to neighboring Rwanda. About 2 million have already been forced from their homes in 3 years of fighting. It's the latest chapter in a decades-long conflict. Rwanda and Uganda invaded Congo nearly 30 years ago and have been accused of meddling and looting minerals ever since. The last time M23 took Goma was 13 years ago. The US and some European countries cut military aid to Rwanda, and M23 was later defeated. People here are waiting to see how the international community will respond this time. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news
There you
from
had
Al
it, my
Jazeera.
friends. It's a serious war that is happening in East Africa and the city of Goma has fallen. But based on that last statement, by France and the US and the Western world that is calling on Rwanda and M23 rebel groups to stop fighting, which means they are backing the other rebel group that is supported by DRC Congo. That means DRC Congo is basically with France and the United States. And that is what Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, has been saying for a long time, that DRC Congo is hosting terrorist organizations in DRC, terrorizing the people. And those people in that area is mostly Tutsi people from Rwanda. And remember, they had the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, and that genocide included the fighting with the Hutus and the Tutsi. It's called the Tutsi genocide, where they killed something like over 800,000 Tutsis. The president of Rwanda is a Tutsi, and he led the war against the Hutus in Rwanda in 1994 and defeated the Hutus, which was backed by DRC Congo. And the Hutsis ran into neighboring country Congo, and they have been there ever since, terrorizing the people of that area, which is a large group of Tutsis living in the Congo, bordering Rwanda. So the president of Rwanda is saying that he is defending his people, and he is defending that area because the fighting has been going on for years. France, Europe, and the United States is supporting that fighting to destabilize that region. You know, Congo is would have had wars for many of years because the Western countries continue to fund wars in Congo so they can destabilize Congo so that they can get the natural resources there. Well, Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, has had enough of it, and he is backing the rebel group, the M23 rebel group, and they have captured the city of Goma. And the East African community is calling an emergency meeting right now, my friends. Kenya, the president of Kenya, Ruto, has made a statement about the war in DRC. That war is with the M23 backed rebel group, backed by Rwanda, and the other rebel group backed by the DRC. Well, we know that France is supporting the group that is backed by the DRC, and they want the fighting to continue in the DRC so that they can continue to get resources and continue to steal all the minerals from that country. DRC is the richest country in the world when it comes to natural resources, but because of the constant fighting there, the country has been unable to harness their vast resources. And this is unfortunate, my friends. This is very unfortunate because people of Congo deserve a better life. Rwanda is a well-developed East African country, and Rwanda, led by Paul Kagame, is one of the most stable countries in Africa. And because of that, Paul Kagame has decided he cannot allow all this fighting on his borders, because if you let that fighting continue, it will come into his own country of Rwanda and destabilize Rwanda, and that he cannot allow. So that is why he has crossed the border into Congo and captured the city of Goma, my friends. And this is no joke. This is serious, 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 serious business. And listen to this clip here. I have another clip for you to listen to. I'm not going to play the whole of it, but just have a little listen. This is saying DR Congo unrest, protests, attacks on the US and France embassy in Congo. The people are actually attacking the embassies in Congo right now. Listen.
Breaking news, violence has erupted on the streets of Kinshasa, the capital of Democratic Republic of Congo. Multiple embassies have come under attack from protesters angry at the advance of M23 rebels in the east of the country. The embassies of France, Rwanda, Belgium, Uganda, and the US were all targeted. A fire also broke out at the French embassy. The government says the police are back in control of the capital and security has been boosted at the embassies. In the east of the country, M23 rebels say they've captured the region's largest city, Goma. Thousands of people have fled the area. The head of the UN peacekeeping mission says there's no question that Rwandan troops are supporting M23 in Goma. The number of peacekeepers killed in the last week has risen to 17. Well, Malcolm Webb's following developments for us from Nairobi. Let's talk about what's happening in Kinshasa, first of all, Malcolm. Extraordinary scenes that we've been seeing there.
Angry crowds have attacked several embassies and started fires. Among them are the Ugandan and the Rwandan embassies. Both of those countries are blamed by many people in Congo for this conflict and also for many blamed for this conflict ever since Uganda and Rwanda first invaded eastern Congo.
I have another clip for you. This is when M23, the rebel group backed by Rwanda, entered Goma, and they were met with cheering crowd in Goma.
Aid agencies are warning of a spiraling humanitarian crisis in the Democratic Republic of Congo in Central Africa. Fighters from the M23 rebel group claim to have taken control of the eastern city of Goma. The Congolese government does dispute this. Thousands of civilians are fleeing across the border into Rwanda, and the United Nations says hospitals in Goma are overwhelmed.
Armed M23 soldiers patrol the streets of Goma. Their violent advance is causing chaos in the city and has displaced hundreds of thousands of people in the area.
Our colleagues in the Democratic Republic of the Congo report heavy small arms fire and mortar fire across the city and the presence of many dead bodies in the streets.
Bombs are falling on hospitals and the population is terrorized. That's clearly their aim, to sow terror. Yesterday, bombs were falling on camps for displaced people as well.
M23 is one of about 100 armed groups vying for control in the mineral-rich eastern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The UN accuses neighboring Rwanda of backing the fighters to allow it access to valuable resources. M23's roots trace back to the aftermath of the 1994 Rwandan genocide. More than 800,000 people, mostly Tutsis, were killed. Around 1 million Rwandan Hutus, many said to be involved in the massacres, fled to the DRC's east. Rwanda has accused the Congolese army of protecting them. The M23 rebel group is mainly made up of Tutsis. They led a failed attempt to overthrow the Congolese government in 2012, temporarily claiming the city of Goma. Peace talks back then left the group dormant for around a decade. Their resurgence now has prompted calls from around the region for renewed negotiations.
It was, it is, and I'm sure it will continue to be the case that engagement, dialogue, consultations is the only viable way out of the situation in DRC.
UN staff have left Goma as the violence escalates, limiting access to essential services. But for many Congolese, fleeing is neither safe nor affordable. With many left behind, hopeful the fighting can be resolved quickly and a wider war avoided.
There you had it, my friends, and this war is developing in DRC Congo. But there's two sides, Rwanda and Congo, actually fighting each other. There are two countries right next to each other located in East Africa. I think Congo is so big that it's in Central Africa and East Africa at the same time. But DRC, or DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, is the most mineral rich country in the whole world. It's the richest country in the world when it comes to mineral resources, and you have lots of Western countries there starting little wars here and there, funding rebel groups so that they can go in and steal the resources. And Rwanda is saying no, it's time to end this. If they have to capture territory in order to end this decades of war, they will. So great job by President Paul Kagame. You have turned around. In 1994, Rwanda just came off of a genocide which devastated the economy, and Rwanda was like a desert. 800,000 Tutsis dead, and Paul Kagame led a rebel group and defeated the Hutus, and he was able to then capture the presidency of that country and led that country since 1994, and he would have turned around Rwanda into one of the most developed countries in Africa right now, a prosperous country. So we have faith in Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda. And thank you for watching this video, my friends. Make sure to like this video, share it with all your friends and family, comment your thoughts and opinion on what you think about this ongoing war in DRC Congo and Rwanda. Congo versus Rwanda. Let me know what you think about that war. Let's have a wonderful interactive conversation. It's after 8 in the night and I had a long day. That is why I wasn't able to do this video outside during the day. That is what I normally do, videos outside. I had a long busy day. It's after 8. I'm very tired, but I just had to come and bring this video for you, because remember, I promised you every day until the end of the month I will do a video. So I had to keep that promise to you. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're watching for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also join the channel and become a member and support the mission of this channel, which is bridging the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora. We are one people separated by a brutal European slavery and colonialism, but it's time for us to come back together as one. The African diaspora includes the Caribbean, African Americans, Afro-Canadians, Afro-Europeans, Afro-British, Africans in South America, Africans outside of Africa. We're a strong group and we want to join with the African continent and build a powerful nation that will be a world power worldwide. My name is Beyond. This is Beyond Uncut. You can also subscribe to my new channel, my travel channel. I have the description in this video, go on over to that channel and you can subscribe to it, like the videos. It's just a channel that will be talking about traveling, all the travel tips that you need to know. That channel is over there in the description box on this video. Go and check it out. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again in the next video tomorrow. I'll see you again tomorrow in the next video. Much love. Bye bye.